Good morning. My name is Camille. I'm from Ezential Yoga. We're starting a little early today. I have a trip coming up on Friday, and I was switching a couple clients around. And so here we are at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, Barb. Barb's my sister-in-law. She's lovely. Hello, lovely. Wrote on my cup, love rocks. I don't know if you can see it, but it absolutely does. Love does rock. Okay, for today, I got a request for just like a normal poses, normal flow. So I figured I would do a warrior series. You see those in a lot of the, hi Gina, haven't seen you in a while. Hello. So we're going to do some warrior, a flow in from warrior 1, warrior 2, reverse warrior, side angle, triangle, which sounds like a whole lot, but it's not that, I promise. So what we would do is I'll start sideways. We start in our mountain pose. So your feet could be a fist, 2 fist distance, or you could actually have them together, whatever you're most comfortable with. I usually do a fist to 2 fist distance apart. All right, and your hands are activated, so your palms are facing out in front of you, and you're going to activate your triceps. So really, like, try tightening your arms. You're going to roll your shoulders back and down. And then we're going to come up into extended mountain, hands up overhead. If you can't do that, you could just bring your hands to heart center. That's cool. A lot of people with neck, shoulder, stuff like that. So this might not be a possibility, but this could definitely be a possibility. Okay. From here, we're going to come down into a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you don't get any strain on your hamstring as well as your low back. So this is still a forward fold, just like this is still a forward fold. So bending your knees as much as you need to. We're going to come down into our plank. Knees down is always an option. Now from here, you could either lower down, or from here you can always just tuck your toes and come back into downward facing dog. From here, this is where you can actually bring your leg up into 3-legged dog, or you could leave it here and bring your right leg forward. I like bringing it up because you get a little momentum to kick it through to your hands. Flatten the back foot. You're going to come up into warrior 1. Once again, I always say, make sure your hips are as forward as you can get them. Okay? And also try to look at your knee. Can you see your big toe? If you can't, then maybe the knee is too far forward, although in this case I'm at 90, but I need to see my big toe, so I actually rotate or push my knee out to the side. So here we are. So from warrior 1, you're just going to turn your body, because you're turning your hips, and bringing your arms down. Now, this is how I usually say, hey, Becky, the leg that's out forward, that's the arm that's forward. So if my right knee is in front, my right arm is in front. Okay, so that's your warrior 2. Your hips are out to the side, so we're not facing them forward anymore. And your gaze is always along that front arm. Okay, so from warrior 2, flipping that front palm, sliding your back arm down your leg, And you're going to bring that arm overhead. So what I notice is, I don't know, people like, ugh, just try to, if this is what you got today, like that's why you sort of want to slide that arm down so that you feel a stretch in your side body here. Okay? If this is not, like this arm is not in your body today, maybe you're a little stiff today, you can always, you know, have it on your hip, but try to have your glance towards the ceiling. You can have like arm on shoulder, you know, place it on your head or come up and over. Okay, so that's reverse warrior. So we're here, we come back. Now from reverse warrior, you're bringing that front arm along the front leg. Slide it down. If you're here, that's fine. If you can come down, even better. And then your opposite arm is pointing to the sky. If you can, if it's available in your neck, try to look up at the ceiling. If you can't, you can just look out to the side. If you really can't, just look down at your hand. Okay, so that's side angle. And really the only transition between side angle and triangle is straightening that leg. Now, the positioning, so what I want you to try to do, you can bring your hand as far up your calf as you need to. And this is where you start to rotate. So I'm rotating. See how I went back? Now my hips are over one another. You want to try to have shoulders over one another, like you can fit into a pane of glass. Okay, so you don't want to really lean forward. You kind of want to rotate back, almost like a screwdriver, like you're screwing yourself into place. You screw yourself, right? Sorry, bad humor. Okay, so we're here. Now, you can transition like by going back, like bending that front leg. You can come back into warrior 2, warrior 1, and you can actually step forward. Or, so I'm back in the triangle. You can actually bend the front leg. You can pivot. So now we're in a runner's lunge. And you can sort of get some leverage here and bring that foot back into downward facing dog. Okay, so now we're ready for the other side. You can bring your leg up, swing it through. Now mind you, if you're here and you really can't do the 3-legged dog, that's cool. You're in a downward facing dog, you can just sort of and help your foot along. All right, so here we are. We're going to come up, flatten the back foot. We're going to come up into warrior 1, once again looking where your hip is rotated. Okay, left leg is forward, left arm is forward. Always correspond that. Okay, otherwise you're sort of in this twist, and which is a thing, but for warrior 2, we're here. So left arm is forward, left knee is forward. Flip that front palm, slide the back arm down the leg. Here we are in warrior, reverse warrior. Okay, you can come back into warrior 2, sort of as a placemat. Then you're going to slide that left arm down, right arm comes up in a side angle. Straighten the leg. Now we're in triangle. Once again, really try to line up your shoulders and your hips. And once again, you can bend the knee, pivot, come back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, this is probably your most, this pose can go into many, many poses. So this is a great transitional pose. Okay, so you can go from downward dog, you go into all fours. You can then go into cat and cows. Okay. If you need a little break, you can push back into child's pose. You can come forward into a upward facing dog. You can do a cobra. And then you can push back into that downward facing dog. Once again, downward dog, you really want to try to push your weight back into your feet. Okay, from here, you go up on your toes and you can step forward. You can always jump, but I'm showing you stepping. Stepping forward, we're in our forward fold. And then you can come up, reverse swan dive, up into extended mountain, bringing your hands to heart center, bringing your hands down into mountain. So that's our flow. So I have a couple minutes left, so I'm going to show you the whole flow without stopping. You don't ever have to do it this fast. There's some yoga classes, they say move with your breath. So like one breath, one movement. I tend to move slower than that, only because when you move real fast, you know, if your balance is kind of off, then you can risk like hurting yourself or losing your balance or getting frustrated. Like yoga is really not supposed to be that. Getting frustrated is what I'm saying. If you can move one breath, one movement, I say go for it. I do a little bit more, like a breath and a half, maybe 2 breaths, who knows? All right, so here we are. You know what, I'll start on this side, just to give you another view. Okay, so we're coming up. All right, so we're starting in mountain. Coming up, extended mountain. Coming down, swan dive. We are in a forward fold. From here, step back into a plank or a kneeling plank. Come down, come up, tuck your toes, come back into downward facing dog. Now you're gonna, if you can, 3-legged dog. Coming through, flatten the back foot, up in warrior 1. Turning our hips to the front. Now coming into warrior 2, right hand, right leg. Match them up. Flipping your front palm, sliding your back arm, bringing your front arm overhead for reverse warrior. Coming down into side angle. Straightening the leg. Now we're in triangle. Aligning your shoulders and your hips. Bending that front leg. Coming into a runner's lunge. Bring that leg back. Now we're in downward facing dog. 3-legged dog. Kicking through. Flattening the foot in back. Coming up into warrior 1. A lot of times I'll use my hands to readjust my hips. Coming back into warrior 2, left hand, left leg. Flip the front palm, slide the back arm, reverse warrior. Coming down, transitioning, woo! See, move too fast, you lose your balance. Coming down into side angle, straightening the leg. Now we're in triangle. Bringing both hands down, bend the front knee, runner's lunge. Coming back into downward facing dog. From there, hands and knees, child's pose, come up, cat and cow, you can roll forward, upward facing dog, cobra, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Now we're in a forward fold, swan dive up, hands to heart center, coming down in the mountain. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to Texas this weekend. Hey, Claire, I'll be seeing you later. I'll be going to Texas this weekend and doing a activewear summit for Zaya Activewear. So I'm excited. I've never done anything like this, so why not? It'll be fun. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Warrior series, and I will be seeing you guys next week. If you have any questions or anything that you would like to see, I always love recommendations, or I love questions, because I don't know, I like teaching people. So let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, Barb, Gina, Becky, and Claire. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.